Alright guys, welcome back to another video. So right now I just finished the S14. Look how good this looks. I have his wing right here and his other roof in here. I'm taking them off so I can wash the car, mostly like the inside under the fender, so it won't look so shitty if you decide to take them off for some reason. But this thing is done. Did everything. So full respray, door jambs, color sanded, buffed. I'm just gonna have someone buff for me instead because I do a terrible job at detailing. So that's gonna be something I'm gonna have someone do for me. In the future I'll learn it more, but for now I completely hate it and it sucks. But check out this pearl. Damn, that looks baller. So this is done. Everything's put back together except the overs and the wing. Aside from that, everything's done. This car is up next. We're going to be doing a full cage respray, the whole interior, exterior with the door jambs and everything, color sand and buff as well. So this is going to be a huge work. We're also doing the engine bay, I forgot about that. But right now I'm going to start working on color sanding the R32, so that way tomorrow I can get someone to come and buff it and start testing people out, see who does good work and who doesn't. But the reason I'm doing it because yeah, it might look good and everything, but there's a spot here where it looks like it's a little dry. There's just a bunch of orange peel that it could look better, you know. I mean, off the gun it's not terrible. It looks really good, but color sanding just makes a whole different outcome. So the scary part when beginning on wet sanding, it's so scary because you gotta dry sand first. So right now I'm starting with a 1500 grit. If I can get this straight. Okay, so 1500, you're gonna go over the whole car. Make sure you're going over all the orange peel. Make sure you're not leaving any spots that didn't get sanded. But you're gonna hit it with a 1500 dry. Then once all that's completely sanded down, you're gonna go back and hit it with the 15 wet, and then a 2000, and then a 3000, and this thing will be ready to get buffed out, and you're gonna have a glassed out paint job. So let's get that going right now. I'll show you guys what I mean, how it seems scary because when you're hitting it with dry, it just looks like you're just tearing up the paint. So let's see how this goes. So this is the first step with the dry sanding. As you can see, this is what it means. Like, it looks like it's scary, but when you start rubbing it off, like the paint's still over there, you can see a lot of orange peel, but it has to be like this. So make sure you get everything like this. See how there's no like little like shiny spots, and over here there is. Gotta make it like that. So this is 1500 wet and 2000 wet as well. As you can start seeing, there's not so many little shiny parts, but now that's why you go with the 2000. And same thing, go with the wet. Give it like 2 full passes and you'll be good to go. So this is 3000 wet. This is about 1 pass. I'm gonna give it 1 more pass to make sure I go over all the little stuff. And I'll show you guys what I mean when you start buffing, so you can see how the reflection is. Alright, so now if you look at paint like this, as you can see, like around there looks a little blurry-ish, a little like awkwardly wavy and stuff like that. But if you look at stuff like this now when it's done, look at that reflection. Like, look at my hand, you know? This thing looks really good. Like, you can see all the way over there. It's insane. But if you suck at detailing like me, like if you kind of see if you can kind of tell around here, it's really hard. You can see that it's not like properly detailed. I'm just terrible at it. So that's the only problem. So that's why I'm saying I'm trying to have someone who's professional at detailing who can remove all that, because then I start leaving like all these little waves and shit. So I gave it another test shot right here. This is how everything should be looking basically when you're done with the 2000, where there's nearly nothing missing and there's already a reflection without even buffing it yet. So that's how it should be looking. And this is after you buff it, how it's gonna look. Look at it. Like, that's really good. That's straight glass. I mean, you really can't get anything better than that. Like, that's as good as this paint will get. So I'm gonna just keep trying it. I'm gonna try to go over it and do it myself. Let's see if I can get this a lot better. So we're gonna try this again. So yeah, I was able to get this far, and I'm just gonna have someone come and help me out. I need to find someone to basically do this for me consistently. I did the best I could here. It looks really good, don't get me wrong, but there is a bunch of like hazy spots. So this is me finishing color sanding it, and there's just to go over and be cleaned up and buffed out so it can be ready to go. The hood so far came out extremely good itself. This is just after being painted, so I don't think there's gonna need any wet tending. I think it came out pretty damn good. So yeah. So here is the R32 that I just finished. I had someone come out and buff the entire car to make the color back up, but I personally don't think he did a very good job. I feel like there's like all this right here all around, like he didn't really go in there and like cut it deep enough. I did this corner and I feel like this got a little more attention than the other side. His does come out a little more reflective, but it does come out a little more faded as well. And then also just some small issues where most of it didn't get fully corrected and everything, so not the happiest with this outcome, but it's not terrible overall. Still came out pretty good, but yeah. But overall it's really good. We got the door jambs done, everything in there, everything in here. Everything's all good. So there you go.